You get in your car and you drive to town. On the way, your phone falls to the floor, so you bend over to pick it up, and in the process, your car pulls over onto the shoulder of the road. You whip the steering wheel to the other way and you end up overcorrecting. The worst part of this is that it throws your car into the ditch and you start to roll. In the process of all of this, you forget to wear your seatbelt and you are thrown from the car. In the worst case scenario, the car lands on top of you and you are dead. Unfortunately, even with laws in place for people to wear their seatbelts, people still choose not to follow the laws at times and are found in the situation that I just described. According to the Center for Disease Control, wearing a seatbelt is the most effective way to save lives and reduce injuries in car crashes. Consider that car crashes are the leading cause of death among those between ages of 5 and 34. You could say wearing a seatbelt is the most effective way to save lives. From the research I have completed for this speech, I have learned that seatbelts do save lives as well as keep you from serious injuries. Today we are going to discuss various reasons why to wear your seatbelt, including it's the law, you can control other drivers, and it can help you survive a crash. First, let's begin with the basics of it's the law. So let's not make excuses. When a person enters a vehicle, the first thing that should be done is the seatbelt is fastened. According to the Car Connection, wearing a seatbelt provides a person a 73% chance of preventing a fatality. This is the simplest way for teens and other drivers to improve their chance of survival in a crash. In Minnesota, the fine for a seatbelt violation is over $100. This makes it very painful for drivers and passengers in a car as it hits them hard in the pocketbook. As a teen, it would be very difficult to find the money that would be needed for something that could be prevented so easily and save so much. The reason police are getting so hard on people who are not following the law is because it is for their own good. As a driver, it is very important not only to do your personal best in driving, but also to be aware of other drivers on the road. So many times, other drivers may be impaired, aggressive, or distracted. First, the impaired driver. Unfortunately, there are people that choose to drink and drive. There is no way, as another driver on the road, that you would know this unless there are certain behaviors that are being witnessed to alert you that the other driver may be under the influence. It is very difficult to predict what another driver will do, so being extra cautious and staying your distance is the safest in this situation. The challenge for this is that in today's society, many of us are in a hurry to get places, and often there is not enough time for observing and taking caution with other drivers on the road. Secondly, there are also aggressive drivers. Some people actually are challenged with a condition called road rage. These people are scary to drive by because they are very impulsive and aggressive on the road. Often, they are interested in making hand gestures and clearly yelling at other drivers on the road. This takes away from paying attention to others and impairs one's safety. Finally, there are many drivers that are distracted. Distractions include many different things, but most commonly in recent time it has been cell phones. Many teenagers are so addicted to their phone that they can't believe that their message cannot wait. Recently, in Minnesota, they have passed a hands-free law. This states that drivers are unable to have more than one touch on their phone while driving. If talking on the phone is necessary, then hands-free headset is required to do this safely and legally. In January of 2020, the fines will be increasing and people will be severely penalized for doing this. Hopefully this will encourage people even more to avoid using their phones when behind the wheel. There are so many drivers on the road to protect yourself from, but there is always a possibility that a crash could actually happen. There is an increased survival rate for people that are wearing their seatbelts in cars. There are so many different instances when people have been wearing their seatbelt and it has saved their life. What do seatbelts do? First and foremost, they are the #1 way to absorb the impact. When people are in the front seat without a seatbelt, they would be projected into the windshield and this would make their face be the first thing that would take the impact. It is so often found that people who wear their seatbelts are less apt to be thrown from a vehicle in a rollover. Being able to prevent an ejection is the single best reason to always wear your seatbelt. What is the most amazing part of this? As it is so easy to prevent. The scariest part of driving is that accidents can happen very quickly, and we never know what other drivers on the roads are doing and how they are. So please, do me a favor and take the time you need to buckle your seatbelt. Next time you get into a vehicle, remember that odds are you'll be in a bad crash at least once in your life. Seatbelts more than double the chance of surviving a bad crash, and it only takes about 3 seconds to buckle up. So buckle up.